Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here. Today I have a routine that you can do on a new moon, so it's just a really lovely time to set an intention, start something new. And so we're just going to be opening up, creating some space, and just finding some mindful movement, which is just a really great way to start the year as well. Okay, so we're gonna begin today's class in a seated position, cross-legged. And right away, once you get there, go ahead and sit tall. And if you want something you can always do is you can use a cushion, a pillow, a block, even a folded blanket to elevate your hips. And this is just a really nice way to give yourself some support, helps you sit tall. So go ahead and find some ease in this pose. You can allow your hands to rest wherever is comfortable for you. Go ahead and send the shoulders back and away from the ears, letting them relax down. And we're really just taking a moment to land here together. You can go ahead and soften your gaze or close the eyes. And you can start to notice your breath. Just noticing the quality of your breath without any judgment. Maybe even noticing any sensations, thoughts, feelings that you might be having in the body, anything that might be coming up, and just letting it be there. You don't need to be in any sort of mood to practice. Yoga just accepts us just as we are. And you can start to play a little bit with your breath here. So start making your inhales longer and your exhales even longer. It can also be nice to bring your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly as you do this. And as we send the breath down on the inhale, feeling our belly expand with air, and then slowly draw back as we exhale. We're using this kind of breathing throughout our practice. It can serve as an anchor. This is just a nice way to start tapping into the resources that are already available to us. And then go ahead and bring your hands with palms pressed together in front of the heart. We call this Anjali Mudra. And the new moon is really a great time to set an intention, to start something new. And so I invite you to do that here. Something you can ask yourself is, what do I want to cultivate in this next cycle? What do I want to nurture? Do I have an intention in my heart? and how can I best support it? And maybe something has come to you. If not, that's totally fine too. It might also be something that reveals itself later in the practice. So we're going to go ahead and release the hands, bring them back down, and going to go ahead and start with a little bit of movement. So inhale to reach the arms up, and then exhale to release them down. Again, inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring them back down to the earth. And one more time. Inhale, arms reach up, big stretch. And then exhale, you're going to bring your right hand to your left knee for a twist. So you're going to inhale to sit tall, and then exhale to look back past your left shoulder, if that's available to you. Just keeping an intention here to soften into the twist. One more breath here. And then exhale, release, come back to center. And again, inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. Big stretch. And then on your exhale, you're going to bring your left hand down to your right knee. Inhale to find length in the spine, and exhale to twist. And you might look past your right shoulder this time. Breathing here. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and release. So we're going to move on to all fours, and just take your time getting there, moving in a way that feels loving to you. I'm just going to move my little cushion aside. And so we're going to start in this tabletop position. So once you're there, just making sure that we have good alignment. And we're just going to stack the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And then just consciously pushing away from the earth. And once you've found this, you can maybe even feel some energy as you engage your muscles. You're going to drop the belly, send the gaze forward and open the chest. And then exhale to round the spine. Navel draws up. And we're going to continue this movement. So moving with your breath at any speed that might feel natural to you. And then coming back to our tabletop position, you're going to bring your two big toes to touch, and then you're going to bring your knees as wide as your mat. You're going to sink back, hips go back towards the heels. Inhale to look forward, and exhale to release your forehead down to the mat. Extended child's pose. And so as we're maybe growing something new in our life, it's nice to release the old stagnant energy that we might still carry.
And so here you could have the intention to just release any such thing to the earth. The earth has this great transformative ability. So it can take whatever you're releasing. Feel free to rock your forehead a little bit side to side. We'll stay here for one more breath. And then press back up. And you're going to bring your left hand underneath your face. And then inhale to reach your right hand up towards the sky. You can look up. And then exhale to thread the needle. So the right hand is going to slide underneath the left arm. And your right ear will come down to the mat. You got an option here to extend your left arm, finding a stretch in between the shoulder blades. And another thing you could do is also to just wrap your left arm around you and reach for the top of the right thigh. Stay here for 2 cycles of breath. And then go ahead and release. Use your left palm to press back up. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So right hand comes underneath your face. Then inhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, you're going to thread the needle. This time left hand slides underneath the right arm. Option here to stretch the right arm or to wrap it back around you, reaching for the left thigh. We'll do 3 cycles of breath here. Wonderful. Then go ahead and release. Press back up. And you're going to bring your knees underneath your hips again. So I'm going to make sure that our fingers are spread pretty wide. And we're going to curl the toes under. And we're going to lift our hips up into downward facing dog. And so feel free to find some movement here. I like pedaling the feet. It can be really nice, and it allows you to find a stretch in the back of the legs. Continue breathing here. Then find some stillness. And then gonna do big breath in together. And exhale out through the mouth. We'll do that again. Big inhale through the nose. And you can even sigh it out. So again, releasing the old. Then you're gonna inhale. You're gonna bend the knees generously. And you're gonna look forward and step to the top of the mat. Coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. You can feel free to clasp opposite elbows with the hands here. Rock a little bit side to side. And then you're going to tuck the chin to the chest and slowly roll up to standing.
Wonderful. Now inhale to reach the arms up and overhead.
Exhale to release them down, coming back into a forward fold. Then inhale, hands come up to the thighs, finding a straight back. And then exhale to release down. Inhale, arms reach up all the way up to the sky. And then use your right hand to grab your left wrist and bump your hips to the left side bend. And then come back to center and grab your right wrist with your left hand, and this time bump your hips to the right. Finding stretch in the side body. Then go ahead and release. Wonderful. Now we're going to bring the feet a little bit wider, so about as wide as your yoga mat, and you can go ahead and make sure that your knees are pretty soft, and you're going to just start rotating from one side to the other, letting your hands gently tap your body as you do so. Again, keeping a soft bend in the knees. You can go at a speed that feels comfortable to you. And this is just an exercise that is really good to just move any of that stagnant energy. It gives you some bit of chi or prana moving in the body, so a bit energizing as well. And then when you're ready, start to slow down. Come back to center. And we're gonna bring the knees and the feet together. So go ahead and inhale to reach the hands up and over. Exhale to release, forward fold. I'm gonna plant the palms, step one foot back and then the other. Could do plank here or straight to downward facing dog. And then coming into downward facing dog. I'm gonna inhale to step the right foot in between our hands. Go ahead and lower the left knee. And if your knees are sensitive, you can feel free to use a cushion here. So we're just going to check the alignment, making sure that the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Then go ahead and inhale, and you can reach the hands up and overhead. Bring them in front of the heart, or you can keep them on your thigh. So we're just going to send the right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. Squaring our hips with the front of the room. Breathing here. Then go ahead, release your hands. Gonna raise the left leg. And you're gonna plant the left palm, and you're gonna, again, do a twist to your right side. So right fingertips come up as you inhale. Breathing here. And then exhale to come back down. You're going to step it back into downward facing dog. And then this time we're going to step the left foot, lower the right knee. Check your alignment, making sure left knee is over the right ankle. And then when you're ready, you can reach the hands as high as you want to.
One more breath here. And
release the hands down. Gonna raise your right leg, and then I inhale to reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Big twist. And then exhale, release them down, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Then you're going to release both legs down to the mat. You can bring them together and reach the hands back to come into child's pose. We'll take 3 more cycles of breath here. And then go ahead, slide the hands in front of you, and you're going to cross your ankles behind you and come back to a seated position. So here, and I'm just going to turn to you so that you can see me a bit better. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to touch. And you can bring them in closer towards your body for a deeper stretch. So we're opening up the hips in butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. So sit straight. Find that length in your spine. And you can hold on to your ankles here. You could also hold on to your toes. Just whatever feels comfortable to you. So opening here, opening the hips. Again, creating space for something new to emerge. And then when you're ready, you're going to come to lie down on your mat. And you're going to reach your feet towards your fingers, feet about hip width apart. And then when you're ready, you're going to press the palms down on the mat and you're going to lift your hips up. You're going to squeeze the glutes and hold. And you also have the option here to interlace your fingers behind you. One more cycle of breath here. Then go ahead and release back down. Great job. Now we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. Could rock a little bit side to side here. Should feel good for the low back. And then hold on to the right knee and extend your left leg out long. And then when you're ready, you're going to use your left hand to guide your right knee across your body to your left side. Going to
to straighten the right arm and send your gaze past your fingertips. We'll do a few breaths here. And then gently come back to center. This time we're going to bring the left knee in, send the right leg out long, and then use your right hand to guide your left knee across your body. Look past your left fingertips this time. Couple more breaths here. And then go ahead and come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then grab the outer edges of your feet. Coming into happy baby pose. So this time opening the groin, a place where we can store a lot of emotions, just like with the hips. So just being curious about what might be happening within us at the moment. And then go ahead and release down. Send both legs out straight. And just like we did in the beginning, you can bring one hand to the chest, left hand to the chest, and right hand to the belly. Just giving ourselves another moment of presence, being present with ourselves, with our breath, with whatever might be arising for us or wanting to arise. And then relaxing. Relaxing the shoulders, the muscles of the face, the jaw, the brow. And if you'd like, you can stay here as long as you want. Or if you're ready to come back up, then bring both knees in towards the chest again. Give yourself a nice hug. And then let them gently fall to either side. And slowly, at your own pace, press yourself back up into a seated position of your choice. And we'll do a last big breath in together. So inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose or the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you.